Hi and hello everybody. I'm Arndt Lingscheid, part of the Global Solution Management team at SAP, responsible for the area of SAP solutions for cybersecurity and data protection. As mentioned in other videos on SAP S/4HANA Finance, the starting point of important innovations are the end-to-end finance and risk processes. With the new S/4HANA Release 2021, we have put a new light onto the integration of many of our solutions deriving from risk and compliance via data protection to cybersecurity to provide a comprehensive view to the risk management of an organization. In this video, we will focus on the evolution of cybersecurity attacks and how this can have an impact on your financial planning and the way organizations analyze their financial performance. Cyber attacks on the application layer of SAP S/4HANA systems are getting more and more popular. 20 years back, cyber attacks on SAP systems were very rare. A company running SAP software had a very closed IT environment, and SAP systems were hardly recognized by attackers. Due to the digital transformation, SAP systems nowadays often are internet-facing, located in the cloud or in a hybrid environment, and thousands of people and processes are accessing or interacting with such an SAP system. When we look at the news, we see new cyber attacks almost every day. The question is, does this also affect SAP applications? In general, there are two types of cyber attacks. One attempts to cause a denial of service, and secondly, theft of financial data, intellectual property, health status, personal or sales information from organizations. Attacks executed with any kind of malware, ransomware, phishing, botnets very often target the IT infrastructure. When the IT infrastructure is affected by a cyber attack, it can also affect an organization's SAP S/4HANA environment and HANA databases. Applications are often blocked or files and databases encrypted. With this denial of service attacks, attackers often want to achieve a ransom payment or even just the fame and the recognition of having caused damage to an organization. More sophisticated attacks, such as advanced persistent threats, are attempting to spy on organizations, infiltrating global networks, and manipulate customer systems within the supply chain to get undetected access to money, information, or intellectual property, the crown jewels of an organization. Let's quickly explore this. Where is the most critical information stored within an organization? And where are the most important financial processes run? The answer is very simple: in a database or in the application running on top of the database. But how can a hacker access an organization's data in the database? That's not so easy, because the data is often encrypted and the structures are complex. We are dealing with thousands of tables and millions of data records. And it's difficult to combine that information without deeper knowledge. But how does an organization access the data in the database? Usually through an application running on that database. If a hacker can exploit a privileged user of that application or take advantage of a vulnerability that was not fixed or patched, they may be able to gain access to an organization's most critical data and processes. The result is a loss of confidentiality, integrity, or availability of a company's most important data and processes. But how to guide an organization to effectively protect against cyber attacks? A very good start is the SAP's Security Operations Map, one of the most important security documents along with the Security Baseline template and the Security Patch process, all designed to help secure an SAP S/4HANA environment. Each of these 3 documents can also be found in the SAP Security Optimization Services portfolio. The most important thing about the recently updated SAP Security Operations Map, compared to previous versions, is the new focus on the organization and the awareness within an organization. An organization will only be able to successfully defend itself against hacker attacks if everyone within the organization has an awareness of security and protects the crown jewels of the organization. Only then we can talk about technologies such as user access and identity management, roles and authorizations, custom code security, vulnerability management for configuration, patch management your SAP systems as soon as new patches are available. Remember to pay attention as soon as new patches are available. There is no excuse for not implementing a new security patch, and with all S/4HANA releases, start security and event monitoring from now on. For example, using the new SAP Enterprise Threat Detection Management service. This also helps to prevent and detect ransomware attacks that could be triggered by a hacker from within your SAP S/4HANA environment. What else must be looked at to protect the intelligent enterprise? We have already touched on the importance of people and processes. In protecting the intelligent enterprise, in contrast to technology, can only be managed by people working with the right processes. Technology itself will not turn a red flag green. Mitigating a vulnerability often requires extensive mitigation processes to turn a vulnerable configuration into a secure one. A configuration change can always impact ongoing operations or users within the system. So these mitigation processes often take several weeks or months. Therefore, the migration from ECC to S/4HANA is also a very good time to start and implement these steps. To successfully protect an organization's awareness is the gatekeeper, especially when you begin to look at the 4 quadrants of protecting the intelligent enterprise: identity and access governance, data protection and privacy, cybersecurity, and last but not least, enterprise risk and compliance. Within these quadrants, we can then address individual technologies. Most important, however, is the newly added interconnectivity between the quadrants and the technologies in use. When a highly privileged user is created or enabled within identity and access management, the threat management component can now retrieve the information to monitor that appropriately. The threat management component then can inform the technology within data protection to mask critical information within the user interface so it cannot be seen or downloaded. Another example of a new function that came with the S/4HANA release 2021 is that data can be automatically masked or blocked based on attribute-based access or the geographic location from which information is accessed. That said, all of this critical information also needs to be processed and communicated to enterprise risk and compliance to give the CFO, the CIO, and the CISO the visibility they need to make the right decisions at the right time, based on quantifying a risk and presenting and correlating it within an appropriate dashboard. Summarizing this, cyber threats targeting SAP S/4HANA applications are real and increasing. SAP environments must be configured and operated in a secure and compliant manner. SAP provides a structured approach to help customers to secure their business-critical applications. Within SAP S/4HANA 2021, SAP provides solutions to support customers securing their SAP on-prem, cloud, and hybrid environments within the disciplines of enterprise risk and compliance, identity and access governance, data protection, privacy, and last but not least, cybersecurity. Thank you for your attention. Have a great week.